everybody watching on our YouTube and Facebook. Be sure to follow the Jaguar Journal across all social media on X, on Instagram, as well as Facebook. Also, subscribe to the Jaguar Journal YouTube channel. We'd love to have you continue the journey as we continue to grow this show. Of course, we're radio first and we're everything else second, but as we continue to grow all those other ones, grow with us. And we're also on Apple Podcasts and as well as on Spotify. Got my man Zach McKinnell joining us this morning from FCS Football Central. Zach, before I get ready to let you go, man, we got about 5 minutes here. As we've recapped the SWAC, we're getting ready for SWAC Media Day coming up this week. Give me 3 coaches who you feel are on the hot seat and things will be heating up for them in 2025.
I think it starts with Hampton at UAPB. I think this is probably his last year if he doesn't find a way. I don't know what the number is, Perry, because, you kind of tied into UAPB, right? You've talked about it before, but I just think if it's another 1-2 win season, I think he's probably out of there, and they got to go find another head coach to have him compete. And I know who I would hire, probably an unpopular pick, and I know we applied last time the job was open, but they should go get the head coach at Harding. Division II national champion head coach, and I would love to see the triple option wishbone in the SWAC. Oh my God, sign me up for that! I would just love to see what that guy could do in the SWAC, and he's an in-state guy. That would be huge. I also think Bethune-Cookman, Raymond Woody is probably out. They've lost so many close games, Perry, and unless he wins, I think the number is probably 5 games. He's probably out. And I don't know who they go and get. I do think there's going to be a big push just in terms of the media to go get Teddy Bridgewater. I've had mixed messages. I know some people down in that area, and I was told that he's not interested in college jobs. But then I also heard from another source that he has some interest in a recent opening up in the SWAC, and I just don't know exactly what the deal is there. But I think there'd be a big push there. And I also think Bethune-Cookman would be a popular job just because of the location and things like that. I think my next pick for hot seat, I think 3 would probably be Colsey for me. Like I said earlier, I think if he doesn't win 7 games, and depending on which games he loses, the seat could get really, really hot for him. And can I give you an honorable mention, Perry?
Got to be Eddie Robinson, right?
I disagree. I don't even think there's going to be a conversation. Because let me put it in perspective, Perry. I know we only got a few minutes here. Eddie Robinson Jr., yes, going into last season, it was kind of looked at as the make or break year, right? People were saying he couldn't get it done. He won, 7 games with a 5'6" wide receiver playing quarterback as a true freshman? Come on, man. Are we holding last season against him? I thought last year was his best coaching job outside of the week 1 debacle that got all those quarterbacks hurt. From week 2 onward, I thought he coached amazing.
What about the year before?
Oh no, the year before, that's a whole nother conversation. But I also too, I'm in Alabama. I actually have some pretty. I know a bunch of people up there. The talk around the campus is that he's not on the hot seat.
And I'm glad you brought that up. And I said his name just because it's good to have. I think E-Rob's doing a good job, especially as you said, balancing the offense. But defensively, man, that has been the toast of what this team is. But for you, outside of E-Rob, who is the coach that you think fits that final bill on that hot seat outside of Cozy?
I think Mickey Joseph could potentially be there.
He better not lose the Bayou Classic, huh?
Yes, if he loses the Bayou Classic. But what happens if he doesn't win? If he doesn't get above 500? Well, because what's Grambling going to say? Because if they lose the Bayou Classic, don't finish above 500, they lose to Jackson in Las Vegas. And also, too, from the talk I've heard, Mickey is a very interesting going back to the FBS level. I'll be honest, even if he wins, I think he might be going regardless. Not fired, right? But I think he's looking for a position at a P4.
Yeah, he's going to jump ship.
Just based on the conversations. I want to ask you one thing, man. Then I know we got to get out of here. Graves. If it's a bad season for Southern, and Southern loses to Bayou Classic, they lose to PV at home on homecoming, they lose to Jackson. Is the seat a little bit hot for Graves? Because Southern has been
Is it a little bit hot? it's going to be very hot, especially right here on this show. This is the honest, because this is an opinionated show. People call in, they're going to voice their frustration. Ask Eric Dooley. That should be the – what you laughing about, Mike? That should be the test. I mean, but I understand. And look, Dooley was out in year 2. So you get what I'm saying? He had just took Southern to the SWAC championship the year before. So does that answer the question? You can take me to the SWAC championship the year before, but you cannot do the fan base who has supported Southern year in and year out the way that Dooley was doing. Graves is going to have to win those big games. I constantly talk about the big games, the magical moments. The big game for Southern is going to start in Atlanta against North Carolina Central. He's going to have to come out and get that victory. Southern fans want that victory. We can't keep doing the same old, same old. It's time to turn the corner. I think for Graves, knowing what this job entails, and anybody who takes the job at Southern, you understand the pressure that you're going to get from the fan base that's going to put on the administration. They're going to have to come out early in that first game, and I think get that victory against North Carolina Central and get those key victories, because you got some great games at home. You got Bama State at home. You got Jackson at home. You got Prairie View at home. So you got to get those victories with the fan base watching.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'll say this. I know it's not for Southern fans, but for me, with Graves, I feel like beating Jackson this year is almost more important than beating Grambling.
No,
I know
all
that's not
of
the
them,
case for Southern fans.
Let me just put it to you right quick before we get out of here. You cannot differentiate in Southern eyes which one of those. You got to get – I mean, winning those games got Dawson Odoms the job here. He beat FAMU. He won homecoming. He beat Jackson State, and he beat Grambling in 1 year. Those games matter when you look at the program and you look at the names of those other teams, because guess what? They like to talk stuff and they like to brag when they beat Southern. Southern does the same when we beat them. You have to win those games. Those are the games. It ain't no one or the other. Those are a must for sure. Along with the rest, those are a must for sure each and every year for Southern fans. Blue, before we get ready to get out of here, man, let everybody know where they can keep up with you and follow you.
Man, again, I appreciate you inviting me today, man. This was by far, I had a blast, man. I love talking SWAC football, man. I love breaking down all the teams with you. And you can find me FCS Football Central on si.com/college/FCS. We got conference previews, individual team previews. We're doing the SWAC in 2 weeks. So this week we got the Southland. The next week we got the SWAC. The Blue Bloods on YouTube and all podcast streaming platforms. And man, Perry, hopefully we can fire back up our Sunday show, and you can catch us on Only Our Sportsman recapping the SWAC season this year.
We're going to fire that thing up, man, because the people want to talk football on Sundays after. So, Blue, man, I have thoroughly enjoyed today, and I hope everybody out there has enjoyed it, man. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Absolutely, man. Anytime. You know that.